Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Our today's topic is about the Ampere's law. In our previous classes, we have studied Barton-Savart's law, which tell us which tell us about the magnetic field, magnetic field at some point away from the some wire, either straight wire, either in any form. So now, what is the purpose of the Ampere's law? Is there any deficiency? Question of the day is that, is there any deficiency? Is there anything missing in the in Barton-Savart's law, so that Ampere law has to be defined here? So Ampere's law, first of all, we will see its definition as seen from this equation. This equation. Apparently, what is this equation describing? Integral around closed path B dot ds, B magnetic field ds, some differential length, differential path, and mu naught and I enclosed. It means that the something is apparent, is clear from this equation, is that magnetic field and differential length. And then medium also matters a lot, and then current enclosed by that closed path. So just like Gauss's law, in Gauss's law, if you remember, what we'll do in Gauss's law. In Gauss's law, we consider some imaginary Gaussian loop around some static charges, and that's those static charges, and within that loop, we have the purpose of our consideration about that Gaussian loop is to find the total flux coming out of that Gaussian loop, so that we can determine the electric field. So here we are going to determine the magnetic field. So Amperian loop will tell us about the area, how much area is covered by that loop, and how much magnetic field is carried by that loop due to the current enclosed by the loop. Here example is given, one of the example is given. 3 wires are given here, I1, I2, and I3. 2 are inside our considered imaginary loop. So here we have considered a very small differential length, and we are going to determine the magnetic field inside that imaginary loop due to these 2 wires. And one wire is into the page, another wire is coming out of the page. Direction of the currents means into the page and out of the page due to these wires. Another wire, third wire, is out of that loop. So this wire will not be considered here. So it means just like Gauss's law, when we consider Gaussian loop, so we would take the net current, net charge enclosed by that Gaussian loop. Now here we will consider, instead of, we will define Ampere's law instead of simple, not only magnitude of current, rather net amount enclosed by that loop. It may be something into the page, something out of the page. So how much net current is possible? That may be possible that these currents are not equal in magnitude. So there will be some net current, and there may be these are equal in magnitude. So there may be net current amount is 0. So in that case, there will be no magnetic field inside that loop if currents are equal. So we will simply apply the right-hand rule to determine the sign for current encircled by an Amperian loop. So magnetic field of a long straight wire with current outside the wire. this example was already solved. This equation was already solved by Barton-Savart's law. So with the help of the Ampere's law, it is very easy to determine the magnetic field due to a wire at some point away from the wire. So this is this is wire given here. It has given some given the diameter small, and we can not smaller. Smaller is the radius of the Amperian loop. We consider again some differential length over Amperian surface, and they taking the direction of the current and magnetic field and sorry vector area of this differential length. And using the equation, because this is all along the circumference of the circle or Amperian loop, we put into this equation B into 2 pi r and mu Newton Coulomb. This is exactly the same equation which we have determined by using the Barton-Savart's law with much complication, but here it is solved within few minutes, within few steps. So this is the importance of the Ampere's law. Now there is another example is given. What will be the magnetic field inside the wire? The same wire as in the previous example, now shown here by in large form, and then now we can consider the at any point, taking that any radius Amperian loop. So this is total diameter of the wire is given by sorry, radius of the wire is given by capital R, shown by capital R, and small r is the radius of the Amperian loop. So as much is the area of this or radius of this loop increase, so amount of current carrying by enclosed by this loop will increase. So ultimately, magnetic field due to this that amount increase amount of current will also increase. So just by taking the ratio of both the current and putting into this equation, we come to this result. Inside straight wire, at a point when both are equal, small r and capital R, so it will become the same equation. So as in previous case. So as you will keep on decreasing the smaller radius around this from the center, its magnitude will keep on decreasing because all the other parameters will remain constant. So try to solve this equation by using the previous concepts. At which point, which wire, which loop will carry the most magnetic field in all the cases A, B, C, and D case. So by take a couple of minutes to think about them, and by using the concept of the previous equation, previous Ampere's law equation, what will according to you, which will have the stronger magnetic field, which loop A, B, R, C, and D? Which one? So what do you think? Take a couple of minutes and then tell the answer. Okay, and here we will move further. So here is the answer. You can solve them and determine the answer here completely. This is the example also given here. So in 29.3, its explanation diagram are given here. You can solve them. This equation is given. J, C, R square. This function is basically given. Current density. So putting this charge enclosed by the total area and putting this function into this one and by simplifying the integration equation, we have this relation, this equation. What is A, what is R? A is the radius, this radius, and R is the radius at the point. We have considered the Amperian loop along this radius. So this one actually shown here. This loop is shown here around that point. We are here to determine the magnetic field at this point. So This is how the equation is solved. The magnetic field of a solenoid is an example of the Ampere's law. So it will just, when a current passes through uh, a solenoid, it produces the north and south poles at its ends, and magnetic field is uniform inside the magnetic field. So whenever we need to apply the uniform magnetic field in our some application, we have to use the solenoid of some area and some length, so that we can apply the uniform magnetic field within our required application. So solenoids and toroids are also discussed here. It depends upon the number of turns of the solenoid, how much strong will be the magnetic field in a solenoid, in ideal solenoid. The magnetic field of a toroid. So there is a difference between solenoid and toroid. We have given this solenoid shape into this circular form, so that we can now find the magnetic field due to this toroid. What difference is uh, found when we apply the shape of adopt the shape of the solenoid into toroid. So this is the final equation of the toroid. So these are all the applications of the Ampere's law. So Ampere's law, this is how we can determine the magnetic dipoles of a current carrying coil. So this is a summary of the chapter. So thank you very much for your interest. Similarly, there are few numerical problems solved here of this chapter. You can visualize, you can solve these examples. A surveyor is using a magnetic compass 6.1 meter below a power line in which there is a steady current of 100 ampere. So this is, the question is given, you can find the magnetic field due to this by applying this equation. The interesting thing is about the Earth's magnetic field. Horizontal component Earth's magnetic field at site is 20 millitesla. It means Earth's magnetic field is, plays some role in our application, in daily application. So when we are using the when we are using some uh, magnitude of current in a large scale, so we have to be take care of the Earth's magnetic field, strength of the Earth's magnetic field. And remember one thing: Earth's magnetic field is not uniform throughout the Earth's surface. At equator, its magnitude is different than at the poles, north or south pole. So here, the another example related to this one, that it is in Philippine Earth's magnetic field of 39 microtesla horizontal and directly due north. So this happened basically not everywhere. Around the equator countries, this happened there. Earth's magnetic field is horizontal to the Earth's surface and due north. So in some countries like Pakistan or in Russia, as we move towards the north, as we move towards the south, Earth's magnetic field is no more horizontal. We have to be, in order to complete understanding of the Earth's magnetic field, we have to study the magnetic declination and magnetic inclination concepts. So then we can be able to understand completely uh, the concept of the Earth's magnetic field, and can affect the study the effect of influence of their magnetic field over that our applied magnetic field current due to current. So you have to determine the magnetic field at the point center C. Current magnitude is given here. What do you think? What will be the magnetic field at the center of the coil, at the center of this wire, in such a way that it is split it into two parts? So what will be the magnetic field at the center? Similar concept is being used here. So what will be the magnetic field at this point A? What will be the magnetic field at point B? Current is flowing through this path and add two perpendicular components and having the opposite direction of magnetic field, and one is the curved path. At point A, definitely these two anti-parallel currents will have some its own effect, and the third is the central point. So due to the curved path, and in our start of the chapter, we have studied these equations due to current due to straight wire and due to this semicircle wire. So both the equations are given here, and then we can find the magnitude of the magnetic field. So at point B, this is not now we can take only into consideration only these two parallel straight wires and can determine the direction of the magnetic field. Now this curved path is not anticipating any role in this magnetic field. So thank you very much. Where next time we will see the Ampere's law application numerical problem. Thank you very much.